Hi friends, my name's Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. I'm too lazy to set up my mic today, so it is just going to be regular audio for today. Sorry about that. But today, of course, I'm coming in with my October TBR. Today it's, oh, that scared me. Today's October 2nd, so I'm a little late with this TBR, but we're gonna get into it. It's Libra season. It is my birthday month. My birthday's on October 10th, so excited about that. Probably will be uploading a birthday book haul soon. But yeah, I'm gonna get started. I had a really strict TBR for September. There was just so many readathons and things going on. So for the month of October, I'm going to try to mood read as much as I can. I do have like one book club book that I have on my list, and I'll talk about all of them. Alrighty, so I'm gonna start off with the book that I'm currently reading. So Hispanic Heritage Month, it's still going strong. So Hispanic Heritage Month ends on October 15th. So I am reading a couple more books. I'm reading about 4 books that are by Hispanic authors just to continue celebrating, and I am currently reading Silver Nitrate by Silvia Moreno Garcia. Really enjoying this. Another Silvia Moreno, it is horror, and this one has to do with the film industry. Our main character, Montserrat, does like audio mixing, and her best friend Tristan is like a kind of like a fallen actor. Like, he doesn't really do work anymore. It's pretty good, and it has to do with sort of like a haunted film. They meet like this really famous director that used to do these like crazy movies back in the day, and they meet him and they talk to him, and all of these haunting things begin happening. So I'm enjoying it so far, and yeah, that's what I'm currently reading. So next up, I have Monstilio by Gerardo Samano Cordova, and I am reading this with Kayla from Books and Lala and Stephanie from Stephanie Bookish for the Literary Dead book club. The book club's actually this coming weekend, so I need to get started on this week. But yeah, this one has a really interesting premise. I would look up any trigger warnings if you're a mom or anything like that. But basically this book follows a mom who just lost her child, and I believe she keeps a piece of him. I think it's a lung, and basically this lung like becomes sentient, like it becomes like a creature, and I'm assuming she takes care of it, but then this creature is gonna start doing weird things. So yeah, that's basically the premise of this. I'm really excited. It's kind of short, so hopefully I get this knocked out this week, or at least I have to for this weekend. But yeah, another book I have, this was in my Hispanic Heritage Month video, and that is Suddenly a Murder by Loren Munoz. This one is a young adult about this girl that throws like a murder mystery 1920s party, and someone ends up dead. They're kind of celebrating the start of summer. I believe they're graduating high school, or they're just celebrating summer in general, but I know they are in high school. They are young adults, and basically somebody dies during this like murder dinner party thing, and yeah, they're all suspects, and it sounds right up my alley, so I'm excited to read. The next one I have, I need to stop calling it vampires. It's Vampires of el Norte, but vampires in Spanish is spelled the same, so I keep thinking it's Vampires of el Norte, but it's Vampires of el Norte. I'm sorry. I know I've been saying that incorrectly. But I have Vampires of el Norte by Isabel Cañas. Really excited for this. It's a historical fiction, vampires, fantasy. I've said this before and I will say it again. This gives me major like Jasper from Twilight vibes, like his backstory. It's set in Mexico in the 1840s. Has vampires and cowboys, and I'm really excited for it. The next one that I have, I only have as an audiobook through Libby, and that is Tom Lake. I forget the author's name for this one, but I know that I haven't read anything by this author. I know this was a Reese's book club pick. I was just interested. I believe reading like synopsis, and it's basically the story about this man's life, and I thoroughly enjoy books that are like that, so I feel like I'm really going to like this one. But I don't know too much about it. It seems pretty short, and I don't really want to know too much, because I feel like if it's the story of a man's life, knowing the tiniest bit is kind of a spoiler for me specifically. So yeah, hopefully I read this month. Next up, I have a book that was sent to me by Penguin Teen, and that is Midnight at the Houdini. I have two books that are kind of similar vibes, so we'll see which one I like more. But this gives me like the Night Circus vibes by Erin Morgenstern, but this one has to do with a hotel and there's magic, and this one follows two sisters, Anna and Emily, and it is Emily's wedding night, and Anna finds out that Emily is leaving her behind. She's moving somewhere else and she's devastated, and she leaves the wedding and she runs into the Houdini, which is a hotel that has magic, and pretty much everyone that goes in doesn't leave the hotel. So I'm excited about this. It sounds like a lot of fun, so yeah, excited for it. And the next one that I have is pretty similar vibes is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I can't believe that I still haven't read this. This is such like an OG booktube book, and it has similar vibes to Midnight at the Houdini, I feel like, but this one has to do with a circus. Again, the Night Circus vibes by Erin Morgenstern is like the main thing that I get from this. I do think I've heard that this one is like circus, but it has like trials, like games or something, so I'm really excited about it. I've heard so many people love this book, so I'm excited to read it. Alright, so I have a couple other books, and these are more spooky October vibes, you know. So the first one that I have is The Haunting by Natasha Preston. So this one follows Penny, and her mom is not letting her see her ex-boyfriend because basically her ex-boyfriend's dad was just convicted for these murders that were happening in their small town. Everyone just found out that her ex-boyfriend's dad committed these crimes, so her mom is not letting her see her now ex-boyfriend, and then once that man is in jail, basically this horror movie like murders are beginning to happen again, and the whole town thinks it's the man's children, so her ex-boyfriend and her ex-boyfriend's sister. Alrighty, so my camera completely died on me and I really want to finish filming this video. I only have like 3 more books, so I'm just going to film it on my phone. But yes, basically these horror movie like murders are beginning to happen again, and then the whole small town thinks it's the children of the man that went into jail because they think like it runs in the family or whatever. So obviously our main character Penny does not believe this because she was with her ex and she knows him so well, so she wants to take it upon herself and figure out who is doing these murders. It sounds super interesting. It gives me like Good Girl's Guide to Murder vibes, and I've never read a Natasha Preston book before, so I'm really excited to read this one, have it be my first. I love young adult mystery thrillers, so I'm really excited to read this. Like I said, I have 3 more books. So the next one is The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. I wanted to read this while I was in Scotland because this is set in Scotland, but I didn't get to it. I was too busy. But if you've read The Guest List by Lucy Foley, this is kind of that same premise, sort of like an isolated setting, a cast of characters, somebody dies. This one is set remote Scottish wilderness, which I'm so excited about, and it has like a large cast. On the back here it says The Beautiful One, The Golden Couple, The Volatile One, The New Parents, Quiet One, City Boy, and Outsider. One of these friends is a murderer and one won't make it out alive. So it's very similar vibes to The Guest List. The Guest List was a wedding. This one seems to be like they're going hunting in the Scottish wilderness, but we'll see about that. Yeah, I'm excited. It has like cozy horror vibes with the snow, and I'm excited to read this in October. So these next 2 books I randomly bought on a whim at Barnes & Noble. I don't know too much about them. My friend recommended me one, and then the other one I just got because it was buy one get one 50%, and we just kind of saw it and I was like, I'll get it. And it's called Gull Island by Anne Porter. I remember reading the inside of this and enjoying the premise, so I'll tell you what this is about. So in the inside in here it says, a new psychological suspense novel about a young woman who visits her remote family cottage seeking answers to a murky past for fans of Megan Miranda and Lucy Foley. I think I probably was intrigued because of the remote cottage. I love mystery thrillers that are set in remote settings. So I think this one sounded super interesting, and with like family secrets and drama. I am extremely excited to read this, and it's really short, so I should be able to knock this out in like a day or two. Alrighty, and the last book that I have, I honestly have no idea what this is. My friend told me this is a retelling. I picked it up because she told me that she had heard good things on TikTok, so we'll see. I had never seen this before, but I really like the sprayed edges and the cover. So this is Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mara. I don't know. So I will read the back to you all. So it says, with ailing families to support, Evie's employment status isn't just important, it is vital. So when a mishap with Renee Dawn's most infamous villain results in a job offer, naturally she says yes. No job is perfect, of course, but even less so when you develop a teeny crush on your terrifying, temperamental, and undeniably hot boss. Oh my god. Don't find evil so attractive, Evie. But just when she's getting used to severed heads suspended from the ceiling and the odd squish of an errant eyeball beneath her heel, Evie suspects this dungeon has a huge rat, and not just the literal kind. Because something rotten is growing in the kingdom of Renee Dawn, and someone wants to take the villain and his entire nefarious empire out. Now, Evie must not only resist drooling over her boss, but also figure out exactly who is sabotaging his work, and ensure he makes them pay. After all, a good job is hard to find. Oh my god. Yeah, I definitely did not realize what I bought when I bought it. I'm excited for it. I feel like this is, I can tell why this is so popular. I feel like all of us growing up, like, low-key had, like, a crush on the bad boy. So I get it. Like Draco Malfoy and, like, Damon Salvatore. So I get the premise. It sounds like a lot of fun. And yeah, I feel like it'll be interesting because I feel like we'll be, of course, rooting for a main character, and she'll be like on the evil side, so it's kind of like a Dexter situation that like or like Joe Goldberg, like in You, when they're like the bad guy and you're like rooting for them, but like they're the bad guy, like you shouldn't be rooting for them. So yeah, I'm excited to read it at some point this month. I feel like this will be pretty cozy, cute, honestly, in a way. I honestly thought this was a mystery, but it's definitely not. So I don't know, I'm excited to read it though. We'll see how I feel. Alrighty, so those were all the books that I am reading in the month of October. Maybe I'll add more if I change my mind. Like I said, I'm definitely mood reading this month, so I'm not forcing myself to read anything that I'm not feeling. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Sorry about the camera change, and I'll see you next time.